how these attacks on Iran have unified Iranian people across generations, across ethnic groups, across religious and secular communities. So if the goal of Israel and the US was to do regime change in Iran, hasn't that goal backfired by their actions actually unifying and strengthening Iran?
Yes, I would say that without a doubt, Iran today, at this moment, is significantly stronger than Iran was 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, before the strikes. And that says a lot. A, despite the slaughter of senior military officials, and of course, so many innocent people, ordinary Iranians came to the streets and rallied behind the armed forces and the guards in particular, because those commanders were the focus of these assaults, those commanders and their children and grandchildren. That showed that, so that showed Iran's strength to the world. And then those who were influenced by Western narratives during recent years, especially many young people, some of them my own students, I would argue that my faculty at the University of Tehran is among the most liberal in the entire country, and at the University of Tehran, because my students, since childhood, many of them, they've been studying foreign languages, and in the case of my students, they've been studying English. Many of them are as fluent as I am, if not more fluent, in English. They brought up with American TV or American websites or American movies or American music and American culture, or British maybe, or Canadian or Australian. Many of them know more about Western culture than they know about Iranian culture. Many of them have been fascinated by the West. Many of them have been supportive of the West, as I explained earlier. They believe these narratives. Because my faculty, as I said, my department is the English department at the University of Tehran. You have to get a very high national score in the national exam to get into my faculty. Yeah, my students from day one when they enter the University of Tehran, they're very fluent already in English. They already know, as 18-year-olds, they're very well informed about Western societies, or at least they're informed from the mainstream Western perspective, not so much so from alternative media, not so much so from the critiques. They know American history not through Howard Zinn, but they know it through documentaries made by mainstream Western media or through movies produced by Hollywood. They know that version of America. So these young people have suddenly, and I'm not saying that most young people fell into that camp, but a significant number of young people were in that camp. Those young people, as I said, their worldviews have been completely shattered. And they recognize now that Ayatollah Khamenei, and before him Ayatollah Khomeini, were right all along in their skepticism, and that they were not being unreasonable or hard-headed, but that they believe that the United States is not capable of being honest. And that is largely due to the fact that these elites in the United States believe in American exceptionalism. The United States is, in their view, exceptional. It has special rights and privileges. And if you have special rights and privileges, then you don't need to abide by commitments because you're above those commitments. The other side must abide. In a sense, American exceptionalism is not very dissimilar to Zionism, a chosen people, a master class, a master group of people with exceptional rights, more human than others. So when Palestinians are slaughtered, they are less valuable. And those who know better have a reason for doing this. The Americans who believe in American exceptionalism believe that the United States is also some sort of special country where God gave it the authority to do whatever it wants to other countries. And if it slaughters millions of people, it can be a mistake, but it's never a criminal regime. So if you've noticed, whenever they speak about the Iraq War, they never say that the United States committed crimes. They say it was a mistake. It was a mistake to destroy a country. It was a mistake to kill a million people. That was a policy mistake. But for everyone else, if anything much smaller, if a government kills 10 people somewhere or does some violates human rights, the West gives itself the authority to overthrow it, to destroy it, to attack it, to bomb it. Not for those reasons, but for other reasons. That would be the excuse. But in the case of the United States and the Europeans or the Israeli regime, they can do whatever they like, but since they are superior to the rest of humanity, what they do are not crimes. They are at most mistakes.